Well, hello, scrappers, gold lovers. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a little bit of a Q&A session, mainly covering Jason's gold ore. The series of videos I did on that has caused, well, kind of a conflagration in some of the comment sections. So we'll discuss that to some extent here. But first, we got a little bit of unfinished business from way back on the 25,000 subscribers special. Um, the winner of the contest has not contacted me to collect his prize. So, Bluegrass, Dirt Fishing, 5835. If you're out there, please contact me, collect your prize. You entered the contest, Do you want your prize? So, yeah, I mean, I love holding contests and giving stuff back to my supporters and viewers, but this is a problem I've had before where we'll run a contest and pick a winner, and the winner never gets in touch with me. So I forgot to mention in that video, I went back and looked, I forgot to mention that there's a 30-day time limit to contact me before you forfeit the prize. Okay, so we're going to start over again here, and the 30-day time limit for bluegrass dirt fishing 5835 starts today. So when this video comes out. So if you don't contact me in the next 30 days, you're going to forfeit your prize, and I'll give it away to somebody else in another contest. Okay, it's just cluttering up my workshop back here. I need the space. So um, yeah, sometimes people enter the contest and they never seem to come back and watch another video and realize that they've won. So that's a little sad. All right. So enough with that old business. Let's get down to talking about the ore that I've been dealing with from Jason. Um, I'm happy. I'm having a lot of fun. Okay, I couldn't be more pleased with the way it's gone. But a lot of people in the comments seem to have a lot of trouble with not only Jason's ore, but how I'm handling it. Okay, so I mean, first and foremost, and there's been a lot of people saying this, that they don't think there's enough gold in this stuff. That people say that Jason is selling his seconds or his waste rock or his scrap or whatever, that he's not selling the good stuff on eBay. Well, it's very possible that he isn't selling the real good stuff. I mean, for crying out loud, he's only charging $75 for 25 pounds of this stuff. Don't expect there to be hundreds of dollars worth of gold in it. I mean, that would be a really stupid business decision on his part to sell, 25 pounds of really rich gold ore for $75. So I really wasn't expecting there to be hundreds of dollars worth of gold in this ore. I was expecting there to be some gold, and there is. And I was expecting to have some fun processing it, and I have. So I'm happy. I don't have any complaints, but a lot of people out there do seem to have some complaints that there doesn't look like there's enough gold in the ore. But hey, you know, different strokes for different folks. Everyone has their expectations. My expectations were not that high, I guess. Plus, plus, I didn't pay the full $75 for it. He had a, make offer button there. A lot of his auctions have a make offer button. I made him an offer that was a little lower, actually a fair amount lower, and he took it. So, I didn't pay as much for that ore as some people probably are. So use that make offer button. Make an offer. Save yourself some money. Um, then maybe the amount of gold you get won't seem so, overpriced to you. Um, but I'm happy with the amount of gold I'm seeing. A lot of people don't seem to be, but well, that's on them. I don't think a lot of those people are even doing this. I think they're just commenting. I don't think they're actually out there smashing rocks and panning or sluicing it out and smelting it. So, enough comments from the peanut gallery. No, I'm just kidding. I love your comments. Keep them coming. You know, they make me look at things from a different way. I'm happily cruising along with this project and not seeing a lot of issues, and then I read the comments and say, oh, well, these people are concerned about this, these people are concerned about that. I hadn't even thought about that. So yeah, keep your comments and suggestions coming. I love them. Okay, another big one was people telling me I need to process all the rock. I left some of the rock out. It's not within arm's reach, but it's less than 5 pounds of it. I didn't process just because it doesn't look like it has anything in it. It looks like it's pretty barren, actually. I broke it up because there were some big chunks in there, but I broke it up, looked inside with my loupe, didn't really see anything that looked at all interesting. There were no sulfides, there was no gold, there was nothing. So it's like, why waste my time? Why waste the wear and tear on the equipment to process rock that doesn't look like there's anything good in it? So I didn't. Um, a lot of people are saying, no, you need to process it all, process it all. Well, maybe I will in the future. Maybe, I will, when I've got some free time and everything's set up, just run that other rock through and see what we get. Maybe. I'll give you a definite maybe on that. I might have to be bored. And then some people are saying, okay, I crushed the rock. I ran it through a sluice to concentrate it. And then I panned out the concentrates, and I round up with just a little bit of concentrate. Let me find that. Show it to you. So it just got the concentrates down here in the bottom of my snuffer bottle. And this is what I'm going to smelt. And people are saying, well, why not smelt all the rock? Well, that is not economical, okay? Energy equals money. Remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind at all times. Energy equals money. Electricity costs money. Gasoline costs money. Fuel oil costs money. Propane costs money. Energy equals money. Smelting all of that rock would cost a lot of energy, which means costs a lot of money. So it's not worth it. What you do is you concentrate down to where you get to the really good stuff, the high grade stuff, and then you smelt that. And that is a lot more cost efficient. I'm not going to get a huge amount of gold out of this, I'm sure. But if I was to smelt all that rock and get the same amount of gold out of it, my costs would be astronomically higher while getting at most the same amount of gold. So, you concentrate it as best you can before you go to the smelting process. That's why you don't smelt all of it. Some people have suggested that the waste rock left over, my tailings, I should do a cyanide leach on, or the equivalent using, say, or the Eco Gold XO stuff. Use O stands for ore. So some people have suggested that. I have thought about that, seriously thought about it. It's just a big project, and I think that's something that I will keep on the back burner for now. I'm going to be processing a lot more ore in the future from another mine. Hundreds of pounds of ore. And what I'll do the same process I did with Jason's ore. I will, crush it, concentrate it, get the good stuff, smelt that. But I will have a lot of waste rock, which in the past I've used to fill in low spots in the yard and the driveway. But what I might do is experiment with leaching. That's a possibility. But it's going to be a big project. There's a lot of moving parts involved, and it's not quick either. So once I get the thing set up, I'm going to have to let it stay set up for quite a while and run. So I'll have to dedicate some space in my very tight work area here to that. So for a long-term project. So we'll see about that. That might happen in the future. It's an interesting technology. I wouldn't mind getting into it. So, but I don't think I have enough material right now. I don't have enough space. I don't have enough time to deal with it. So, but maybe in the future we will try that. Okay, speaking of smelting, people are saying they can't wait to see me smelt it. When am I going to smelt the stuff? When am I going to smelt this and see the final total of the gold? Actually, I don't know when I'm going to get it done. I'm working a lot of hours, more hours than I was actually expecting to be working when I took on this job. They keep finding new stuff for me to do over there. And I was going to work 2 days a week, then it's 3 days a week, then it's 4 days a week. So, I don't have the time I had before I went back to work. So, the videos are not coming out as often as they were. I don't have as much time to play around out here in my lab. Today, I'm not working, as you can see. So why am I not smelting? Well, since I've been busy with other stuff, the acreage has just gone to pot. So I'm going to spend the bulk of today probably mowing and doing other yard work. So, yeah, and then tomorrow it's back to work. So I just can't get this done today. Hopefully, in the next week or so, I can find some free time to try and get this stuff smelted. We'll see how it goes. If not, maybe in the next week or two, um, get it done. Speaking of smelting, Jason just put out yesterday morning a video on smelting of sulfide rich ore. And this stuff is pretty sulfide rich. Um, my buddy Jim contacted me and said, "Hey, this might help you." So, but I'd already seen that the video was out. When I watched it, well, it left me a little more confused than before I watched it, because Jason, he was working with ore from Africa, then he was working with his ore, then he was working with ore from Africa, then he was working with his ore. He was constantly changing the flux recipe. The flux recipe was in flux, serious flux during the course of the video. Looks like Jason's still trying to figure out the best way to do it. And he had two different ores, and maybe the same recipe doesn't work with both ores. So it's like, well, okay, it really didn't help me, okay, decide how best to smelt this stuff. Now, I have some of my own ideas, and I'll run them past you folks in the audience, you old hands at smelting. Let me know what you think. One thing I haven't seen Jason do, apparently he's done it in the past, but I haven't seen him do it lately, is just roast his sulfides to convert them into oxides before smelting. He's looking at ways to convert the sulfides on the fly during the smelting process. And, well, why not just roast them? That's my question. So I don't have a lot here. I think roasting this would be pretty quick and easy, and it would convert the sulfides into oxides. And then I could use something like, Chapman flux and lead or litharge to make a collector metal, and then smelt this stuff in like a small fire assay crucible or something, since there's not a lot of material here and there won't be a huge amount of flux either. So that's my idea. Let me know what you old smelting hands out there think about that, just roasting this and then using some Chapman flux and a lead collector metal, and pouring it out in a cone mold and then compelling the lead button. That's my idea. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards after watching Jason's slightly disjointed smelting video the other day. And I got kind of an interesting question from somebody too. I guess they've been watching my videos where I'm out on the creeks panning, as well as processing Jason's ore here. And the question was, how come when you're out on the creek you don't see all these sulfides in your pan like you see with the crushed ore? And, well, it's because Mother Nature has already oxidized all the sulfides. Once the ore-bearing rock is close enough to the surface for erosion to start breaking it down and putting the gold into the water courses downstream, the rock is already so close to the surface that oxygen in the groundwater that's percolating through the rock will, over time, we're talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years probably, will break down the sulfides in the rock and turn them into oxides. So what we get in our pan in the creek, instead of sulfides, we get black sands, hematite, magnetite, things like that. These were sulfides. These were iron sulfides in rock at some point. But the oxygen in the atmosphere, once the rock was eroded to the point where it was, in contact with oxygen from the atmosphere, probably dissolved in groundwater, those sulfides broke down into oxides. And that's what we see in our pans when we're out on the creeks panning, is oxides instead, hematite and magnetite, like I said, iron oxides. So those used to be sulfides, the iron is still there. It's just in a different form. It's not in the form of generally in the form of pyrite or pyrrhotite or chalcopyrite or any of that stuff. That's all been broken down into something else by time and oxygen. So it's still there. It's just in a different form, and we don't really see it in our pans as sulfides. We see it as oxides. All right, so I guess that's about everything I've got to talk about at the moment. A lot of Jason's stuff. And remember, contest winner, Bluegrass Dirt Fishing 5835. You've got 30 days from today when this video comes out to contact me and collect your prize, or you're going to forfeit it. Sorry, I just can't hold on to this stuff forever. So I hope you do contact me. It's all packaged up and ready to go. I just need to put a shipping label on it, and I can get it out of my workshop. All right. Well, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to see my future videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.